Of what I just filmed when I got out of the restaurant. I still haven't taken my modafinil yet, but I tell you, it does help my focus to not, let's say, be kakalan. and so I'll follow up with two parts I thought about after that I didn't say. Is one part is the second part. The second place I went for karaoke yesterday after I got out of the pool is I asked, I said, is this where karaoke is? And there was just four people sitting at a booth in the whole place. And this was like almost 9, I would say, p.m. It's a big place, so you wonder. And I said, he said yes, but we have a licensing issue right now. That even though they have a liquor license, they didn't really add the karaoke to it, so they got penalized for that. So they can't do karaoke, and it might take another month to fix it. But the effort of communicating, when he wants to go back, the guy that came from the booth to come behind the counter, the bar to talk to me is just, you can tell I don't know if you, and again, it's like I'm telling my mom on the phone yesterday, is like, it's kind of a privilege for me to sing a place, even if I just buy one drink, 7-Up and cranberry, or Sprite and cranberry, and sip that all night. It's still a privilege because it's measurable that more people have gone to karaoke when I started becoming a regular there. And sometimes when I leave, it dies down again. And so, thank you very much. You should get a free 7-Up and cranberry juice. Because people know, they hear, right? They hear this, they see people ask for special requests or things like that, right? And I put a video of myself singing online from their location. They don't ask me to do that. I just do it. I say, one spot at a time in Castlegar or whatever. And it's not to get special privileges. I just love singing, and I think I have access to these videos where I enjoy my songs and myself singing. And so when I don't have Wi-Fi or the ability to have electricity and get a movie on my DVD player from the library, then I watch myself singing, and it's enjoyable. Or it's something to listen to when I'm cleaning in here or sorting out stuff or whatever. I'm just relaxing. So anyways, what I was saying also about the pool is when they called, I asked, and the lady, when I was at there, said, I'm the one who just called you. Because on the phone I'm asking, how did I get approved now? I said, because I didn't even bring in my ministry form that I felt disrespected when I went there to get it, as usual. And it said, we verified with Terrace. What? What? That's not even a possible answer. What does that even mean? How are you associated with Terrace, and how does Terrace have the information you needed? And it really doesn't make sense, right? It's really just people manipulating things and thinking it's the norm because they're in a position to do so. It's not even following their own policies. So, this is who you are, right? This is, for me, I have a resume and it has my code of ethics, and I have a definition of learning specialist, and it says it's guaranteed. So you know exactly what you're getting, so you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't fire me because I act as learner-centered, or I act in transparent ways. And accountability is a big part. You can't claim to be excited about that, and when I act like that, is you kind of think there's something wrong with me. I have to meet somebody at one point that says, hey, maybe there's not something wrong with Martin. Maybe maybe if we assess things, or if we sit down with Martin and he kind of has a conversation with us, say, and then he tells us, well, is it possible you thought this because of this, and maybe that was another thought to have and pursue instead? Because then when they start believing all sorts of things, and the most toxic thing that makes people lose me when they've had me, because if I write a book, there'll be a chapter, I was there, you're welcome. And it's all the communities I went to and acted as a true Homo sapien based on the definitions of sentience and sapience, and who I claim to be in my resume and definitions of specialties and code of ethics and things like that. And then they screw up, they lose me. And of course I can't work miracles. I can't force them to make the choices not to lose me, right? And I can't. If I did, then there'd be no such thing as free will. It'd just be me playing with the universe kind of thing. Because miracles, they don't work like that. It's like what I wrote to a lady. Oh, I pray, I pray that you find your cat. And I said, well, I'm not religious. I'm more of a proactive problem solver. And I tried to say it in a way that had a tone that was not judgmental to trigger the defensiveness of the lady. But the thing is, also, is I have to be true to me. Me is, yeah, I'll continue to actively problem solve things, because the more you pray for things and the more you hope for miracles, the less you're using the higher functions of your brains. And who are the victims? The people you claim to love that are coming up after you in life, like the next generation, your kids, your grandkids, your descendants. There are cultures that honor ancestors even when ancestors did them wrong. But they don't honor their descendants, and that's maybe the shift that we should have if we are going to learn that evolution is key, is taking charge of our own evolution. And by that, it's not praying, or it's not hoping for somebody else to do a miracle. It's actually each and every one of us to actually undergo the self-actualization process, the maturation process, to tap into what cognitive software this hardware is capable of. And it's not something that you'll learn on the internet. It's not something you'll learn in the most sold out pop psychology book. It's really looking in the mirror and questioning yourself, and surrounding yourself with people that question you, and support groups of accountability, because it's really hard to find good counselors or fair kind of mentors or life coaches. I'm a life skills coach, but I can still work as a life coach. And if I did, it'd be the gentle accountability. And if that doesn't work, and eventually it's the harder accountability, and if that doesn't work, then we're not a good fit for me to be your mentor. And I'm not going to keep teaching you things that you're going to turn against yourself, right?